You know, we have to go on day after day wanting my son back all we think about 24/7 is Jazz. 24/7. My friend told me, she said, you know, if you're gonna go crazy because that's all you think about. And I can't think about nothing else. I wish I could take a chip out and say, because I am just drained because our life is over. And people want to sugarcoat it as, well, it's a gang thing and just move on the table. Oh, my son was not in the gang. He probably knew every person in the neighborhood, old and young. My friends would say, man, your son would wave to me on the street like he was my friend. But he knew that's my dad's friends, and they knew him, they respected him, old people, young people. And he did not deserve that, you know. He was coming home from the mall, getting ready for school the next day. And to be home, I was there. I talked to him on the phone and asked him like I always do, where you at? I would call it check-in time. And he said, oh, Dad, right around the corner. Matter of fact, I'll be there in about 5 minutes. I felt relieved. I felt like, okay, he's coming home, you know? And then to hear 2 gunshots and immediately know that, damn, I knew it. Don't tell me this boy just got shot. Because that same feeling that I got when I heard those gunshots never went away. It's there. And to come outside and look down the street and see that boy laying there, bullet hole in his head, bleeding, blood everywhere, you don't want that feeling. It is so undescribable. There's no way you can live again. You know, we have to try to put our life together. But you don't even want to. Because we see what's going on. Nobody gives a damn. We've been to city council. No one cared. It was happy hour at city council that day. They just moving around, everybody just having a good old time. I'm like, hello, we had a death in the community, you know? And no matter how you look at it, the guy was illegally in the country. Now, I didn't bring him over, you know? So why do we have to take the grunt of this? For people to say, well, you know, we know he was brought over when he was 4. What does that mean? If he was 1 day, he was illegal. Deal with the issues. He was in the custody of the sheriff's department. Why no one checked? You know, that could have been anybody. These people were on a killing mission. This guy was out of jail 24 hours and had already had guns, driver of the car, a crew of people, the car, all these resources to a criminal that just got out of jail in 24 hours. How can that happen? There's no way I could get a whole crew to buy into, let's go kill somebody in 24 hours.
Mr. Shaw, I would
I'm
like
sorry.
to, no, we appreciate your being here. And I want to say again that we are deeply concerned about it. We talk about ICE and about, certainly, the sheriff is independent of us, but we certainly will make sure the sheriff knows how strongly we feel about it. And also, John Hill from my office would be very happy to talk to you and want to keep in touch with you to follow through on how we can help.
The review with the sheriff and probation relative to the release
The probation issue.
from a county facility, that they are, any weapons are confiscated, that they may be in possession of at their residence or wherever, and also that they understand the terms of probation. But we review that policy to ensure that we are not releasing illegals back into the community, but we're following the laws and regulations that we're required to follow.
So what can you guys do, excuse me, as Board of Supervisors to fix it? I mean, I know you can talk to this person, that person, but what can you guys do?
Well, obviously, we don't run the jail. The sheriff is independently elected, but we have the ability to say to the sheriff that certain policies should be followed and that certain things should happen. And that's where we have that authority. That's what we can do. We don't have the same kind of relationship with the sheriff that the city council has to the police chief, because the sheriff is independently elected just like we are. But we do have the ability to say to the sheriff how important something is, and also those policies that are county policies, we can do something about those.
And can you get Jamel's Law on the agenda and maybe call down someone from the Sheriff Department, the ICE Department, so that we can talk about it thoroughly, and for people, for the five of you to say what you don't support about Jamel's Law
Well,
and the problems, so that we can, so it can be open, because I'm sure you guys are aware of 2005, Senator Feinstein had a report out saying that these gangs are, that 18th Street has 50,000 members, 80% of them are illegal, and MS-13, 100% of this gang, according to Senator Feinstein, are illegal, and that's like a prerequisite for them to get into the gangs. So if you can introduce Jamel's Law on the agenda, so it could be an agenda item, and call whoever from ICE, a representative from
We will ask,
Sheriff Department.
let me say this, we do regularly get reports back from the sheriff on those issues and on ICE. And we would be very happy to have them come back so that they can address those issues.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right,
But
thank
we
you.
do regularly, though that does come up on a regular basis before us.
Excuse me?
It comes up regularly before us. But we will have a special meeting where we call them to discuss it. All right.